support advocate and absolutely hilarious, it's Josh Menchions.
Keep going for sale, everyone. How we all doing? We doing good? Fucking fun show so far. Hold on, I'm gonna make it easier for people back to see me. Hold on, wait for it. Wait for it. A little longer. This should be good enough, yeah? Alright, cool. I get a lot of weird situations because of my disability, and a lot of those situations involve the older generation, mostly older women. The things they say and do, oh my God, if I had a nickel for every time I had an awkward situation with an old lady, I'd be a very rich man. Well, one of my favorite stories is one time I was going grocery shopping with some of my friends, and on my way into the store, some little old lady pulled in something. Hold on. Pose for a picture. I'm a camera whore, so probably gonna happen more than once. So I went into, before I got into Sobeys, the little old lady pulled her shopping cart right in front of me, blocking my way. I'm thinking to myself, bitch, what do you not know how to work in shopping cart? Come on. But before I could say anything, she looked at me up and down, and in the old typical, most Newfoundland way, she said, "Oh, you poor doggy. Here's $10. I wish I could tell you it was the first, it was the last time, but it was not. So obviously I don't need to tell you that it's rude as hell. It's so rude. She's assuming I'm not well off, because I'm in a wheelchair. But at the same time, like, you know, I feel like telling her off, but I don't want to make an old lady cry, right? I'm not really one for that. So I think about it, and I wait a minute, and I take the $10, and I say, thank you. And I move on, and my friends are looking at me like, dude, what did you do that for? Like, why are you encouraging that behavior? You don't need that $10. You got more money than the rest of us. I'm like, yeah, but you know, I look at it as a win-win, you know? Cause like, she gets to go home, feel right good about herself. Say, oh, I helped out that man in a wheelchair today. Feel so good. If I wasn't going to heaven before, I'm going to heaven now. And I get to go home and buy a dime bag of weed. It's a win-win, people, win-win. I don't smoke weed anymore. I've been sober for about a month and a half. Good as hell. No, it's actually not as bad as I thought it would be. I don't have an addictive personality like Mike. So yeah, been a year and a half, a month and a half, I mean, pause. And I feel pretty good, right? You know, it's not as bad as it'll be. But no one tells you after smoking 24/7 for 10 years straight that when you stop, you're gonna notice some things about you that you haven't noticed before. Right? Like when I go to the gym, the next day I'm stiffer than I ever was. I never noticed that because I was too high. But dude, the weirdest part, the dreams. Oh my God, the dreams are real, boys. I don't know if you know this, but like, if you smoke enough weed, you don't dream, right? You don't get into that precious REM sleep that we all need. So now that I'm getting there, I ended one dream. The very first dream I had while off weed was that someone wanted to sue me for some reason. I don't know, maybe I ran over their toes or something. Who knows? But they handed me the legal papers. And I opened it, and it turned out that it was a love letter printed on a piece of toast. Now, people say your dreams mean something, but what the fuck did that mean? I'm still trying to figure that one out, boss. Still trying to figure that one out. But yeah, I was in the mall the other day, and I noticed without even trying, I inspire people for like no reason. Out at the ATM, just minding my own business, getting some money, and of course, there's an old lady behind me. So I know something's gonna happen. So I turn around and she looks at me and she goes, "Oh, look at you. Oh, well, out by yourself. No one out here to help you. God love you." And I said, "Lady, I only go to the ATM for 2 reasons, and 2 reasons only. Number 1, I want to go to a titty bar. But since the titty bars here are not accessible, that leaves me about option number 2. There's a drug deal in my near future. So I ask you, lady, do I inspire you now?" I don't think so. Man, freaking crazy. I don't know why this happened. I'm like a magnet to old ladies, man. Like, if you ever watch me out and about and watch, old ladies are bound to come over and say something. Just draw them in somehow. I'm gonna figure out how to not do that anymore. So, if anyone got any ideas, like some old lady repellents, I will certainly love your advice on that. But yeah, now that I've stopped smoking weed, I still have stoner moments where I forget stuff, like the rest of my set. So now we're not gonna wing it, and then I'll remember it halfway through. Believe it or not, I used to be a good little church boy. Yeah, for all the wrong reasons though. I was hanging out with this group in high school, and there was a girl in the group that I liked, right? And they all went to youth group. And then one day they invited me to youth group. And of course I said yes, because I liked the girl who invited me. But little did I know that church tail is the hardest tail to get. But little 15-year-old me did not realize that at the time. So around the same time, I was really getting into fitness. I really like to work out, and I just learned that I could use a treadmill. And no, I don't put my wheelchair on it. I actually get on the treadmill, and I thought, cool, no big deal. Just another way for me to work out, right? But the churchgoers, they loved it. They thought God was working through me. And once the pastor got word of my story, he asked me, he said, "Todd, can you come in on Sunday to tell your story?" I said, "What story?" He's like, "The treadmill story." I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool." Because, I like the girl, I wanted to impress her. So I went on in, and they invited another church over. It was like a church crossover. It was weird. It was like the biggest audience I've ever seen at the time. And I realized, shit, man, I don't know what I'm gonna say. Like, all I did was walk on a treadmill. Like, how do I drag that out for 10 minutes, right? So I said, okay, I better give the people what better give the people what they want. So I got up there and I started saying stuff like, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming here to hear my story. How God is working through my life, right? Every time I get on that treadmill, I feel the glory of God going through my body. Can I get an amen? I went on like that for 10 minutes to eat it up. They loved that shit. They didn't ask any questions, just went along with it. And now I look back at it and I think to myself, was that technically my first comedy gig? I think it was. Anyway, that's my time. Thank you very much.
Drinking out now, I don't give a fuck, man. We watching those comedians and they making me feel like I'm bleeding.